Top 10 Most Expensive Guitars. 10. Brownie Stratocaster, Eric Clapton $450,000. It's the Layla guitar. Need we say more? This 56 Strat was with Clapton during Cream, briefly, and Derek and the Dominoes and now resides at Paul Allen's Experience Music Project in Seattle, Washington. 9. Goldleaf Stratocaster, Eric Clapton $455,000. Another Clapton guitar on the list, this Goldleaf Stratocaster was built for Clapton by Fender's master builder Mark Kendrick. Reportedly Clapton wanted a guitar he could hang in a museum. Clapton used it on the '97 Legends tour and again in 2001, after which it was sold to Christie's auction house. 8. Gibson SG, George Harrison and John Lennon $570,000. This guitar was used by both George Harrison and John Lennon between 1966 and 1969, making appearances on Revolver and the White Album. 7. Fender Strat, Stevie Ray Vaughan $623,500. Stevie Ray Vaughan's Stratocatser, Lenny, was named after his wife, who bought him this circa 1965 Strat for his birthday in 1980. After Stevie died in a helicopter crash in 1990, Stevie's brother Jimi donated the guitar, which was auctioned off and sold to Guitar Center. 6. 1939 C.F. Martin, Eric Clapton $791,500. Clapton experienced a resurface in 1992 after the release of the hit ballad, Tears in Heaven. Clapton performed an all-acoustic set on MTV Unplugged using this guitar, which he auctioned off to raise money for the Crossroads Rehabilitation Center. 5. 1964 Gibson S335, Eric Clapton $847,500. Clapton used this guitar during his period with the Yardbirds, Cream, Blind Faith, and John Mayall's Bluesbreakers. It was auctioned at Christie's in 2004 and at the time was the third highest price paid for a guitar. 4. Blackie Strat, Eric Clapton $959,000. Blackie is probably Clapton's most iconic guitar. As his story goes, Clapton bought 6 Stratocasters in a guitar shop in Texas. He then gave 3 away to Harrison, Townsend, and Winwood and pulled apart the other 3 out to build Blackie, a guitar he used for the next 15 years. Like many of his guitars, Clapton auctioned this instrument to raise money for the Crossroads Rehab Center. 3. Washburn, Bob Marley, valued at $1.2 million. Bob Marley didn't own many guitars. An exact number is not officially known. This Washburn became his infamous instrument. Supposedly one of the first electric Washburn guitars ever made, Marley rarely played the Washburn and gave it to his guitar tech, Gary Carlson. The guitar has been classed as a national treasure by the Jamaican government. 2. 1968 Fender Strat, Jimi Hendrix $2 million. This iconic guitar was one that Hendrix famously played at Woodstock. Paul Allen paid $2 million for it to be placed at the Experience Music Project in Seattle, Jimi Hendrix's hometown. 1. Reach Out to Asia Stratocatser $2,700,000. To help raise money for relief efforts for the 2004 tsunami, a signed Fender Stratocaster was auctioned off and it wasn't signed by just anybody. This guitar features the signatures of legends such as Eric Clapton, Keith Richards, Mick Jagger, Ronnie Wood, Brian May, David Gilmour, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, Mark Knopfler, Pete Townsend, Tony Iommi, Angus Young, Malcolm Young, Sting, Ritchie Blackmore, members of Def Leppard, Bryan Adams, Liam Gallagher, and Paul McCartney. The guitar raised almost $3 million for Reach Out to Asia, a charity formed to help victims of the tsunami.